dive deep into the lake. Okay, you guys are thinking very similarly. I'll tell you what everyone wanted to do. Everyone wanted to try, go there, and piss into the crystal clear lake. No checking, no investigating, no looking at the blood or checking inside the water or anything, no. Each and every one of them wanted to piss into the lake. 24 hours torturing a person before killing them. I remember that he gave me a list of like 56 different torture methods that he used before killing that person. And I was like, okay, I accept your papers, your ways, but understand that the lawful good God that you are praying to is not liking this, so you lose all of your powers given to you by that God. Hey there.
You weren't the only one who...
No, these are not that big of a deal. Let's deal one attack. Basically no damage, but I don't care. Breath control first. Insight. Deep breath. 3 small blessing. Okay. Insight, deep breath. 3 small blessing. 3 blockade. That means the onslaught is now much stronger. Okay, we are going through this difficulty without too many problems. This was the first character I managed to finish the game with, so it's not surprising that we're streamrolling most of these enemies. With 1 or 2 good cards, this character is basically guaranteed to survive. Oh hell, 2 attacks coming in and I don't really have... Oh, I can stun him. No, he can't be stunned, so let's just use the defensive ability. I need you dead first. Nice. We've got the double block at hand and the deep breath as well. Okay, 2 attacks coming in from there. We are not even reaching the 12 ultimate stacks by the time we kill these guys. Okay, level 10. No, that's a lot of blocks. It might be something I'll take just to be safe. Oh hell. None of these are that extremely good. But this is gonna be more useful, I believe. So we are still skipping out on the huge knight. Oh, here's a candle maker himself. But after I kill these guys, I am gonna visit him, no matter how much food I have. Oops. Okay, this was the thing I wanted to play, but now I have to do this. Next turn we're gonna have one less energy. Deep breath. And a blockade. Okay, insight. Let's do double block. So next turn we are still set up pretty well. One extra block. I could go for last resort again. And then onslaught is gonna be powerful. I know we're losing one energy, but we're getting two more, so... Stonks. Nicely done. Two upgraded calcs now. If we get one more upgraded, I am gonna switch the duplicate card. So, Candlemaker.
Hello. It's good to see you.
Oh. Special passive? Oh. Does that double the... Holy, look at that! One worm candle and we're on ultralight. Light level, nice. Okay. That's quite the passive he has. Okay, 4 attacks coming in. I don't want to go for too much last resort, so I'm gonna go for ref control. Nice. I'm not gonna use last resort. This fight doesn't end if I kill the big guy, I think, so... Okay, let's go. 5 attacks coming in this turn. Double block. 2, 3, 4. 4 is all I can get. So I'll stun you instead. Okay, breath control. Lots of cards in hand. I can't stun the big guy. So I need at least 4 defenses. That's 3. With this it's gonna be 6. 7. I think, yeah, we had one more duplicate up coming. Not gonna be using my ability because it's +2 energy constantly. Okay, we've got 5 hits coming in. But we'll kill this, and now it's just 3 hits coming in. We are good. Breath control here. You're gonna be killed without any problems from now on. I have 5 energy. I'm gonna go for a block and the last resort to increase my shield amount. So I can do 2 high damage onslaughts. Okay, double block. Get 1 more block, so our onslaught is a normal damage skill. I would say I could stun you, but I know you're immune. But you're dead. Dead, 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 dead. Oh yeah, hit and block. I'm gonna have to get rid of some of my cards.
You found what was when you filled.
Okay. Weapon slot, please. For runes. Okay, and now I can get my favorite rune into a weapon slot. Okay, let's go for the boss. Poisons me with attacks. Yeah, we need to take care of that portal from time to time. Insight on you, double block with you. That's not enough, though. Use this as well. So my only job right now is to take this guy down a few times. Keep taking him down. So that there are no more enemies I need to block. And this guy's the only one I need to care about. Insight. Blockade is gonna be enough. Nice. Double block, just so we have something for next turn. Okay, I do need 1 more block. Breath control first. Double block next. Simple block next. Yeah, for Dullahan. But he does have it in his hand at least. So technically he hasn't lost it. Just ask him why he's not keeping it on his head. I saw so many anime depictions of Dullahans. I think I've watched the Monster Girl anime as well, with the Dullahan girl coming in, the guy with the harem of monster girls. And he's not doing anything special. He's just like, well, you wanted a different perspective? Hell. That's a morbid way of depicting it, but yeah. I'm gonna go for the last resort to make my onslaught stronger. And I remember reading an anime manga. It was about a guy who died and was isekai'd into a new world. Such a special and unique story, right? But the thing is, he was isekai'd and became a hot water bath. And now he's gaining experience when people are bathing inside of him. So he's actually leveling up, and a building spawned around him. And now he has enough mana inside of him that he can kind of materialize his old body in a spirit form kind of thing inside his bath. So he can communicate now with people and tell them that, please, and clean my house, and I'll let you use the bath for free and everything if you keep things safe and keep bad people away. So now there's a city or a village starting to become reality around him, because he's a tourist attraction. So people come there to take a nice bath because he has healing properties and so on. Epic. Cheers. I genuinely thought it was a good idea. Or, I mean, not good, but a unique idea, that's for sure. No, this is a completely real manga you can read. I think the actual name is something like I got isekai'd as a hot spring. I would love to be deranged enough to be able to come up with ideas like this, but I am not. I have some creative moments, but usually it's when I'm making a D&D campaign for my friends and thinking about awesome ideas I could put into the game. This is good. Seven lines in the title, yeah. Everything has a soul and internal energy.
The cemetery is not.
Oh, internal energy, like the Chinese version of these awakenings and core manipulation. Like the golden core and foundation level immortals or things like that. Yeah, where you have a root, and if you keep the root for 1,000 years, then it will have a lot of internal energy. And people are selling and taking these roots like they're growing on trees. That's the only problem I had with them usually, that they are like, I have the pill that contains the essence of the 1,000-year lotus, and I'm like, okay, why don't you keep it? It's to be honest, a 1,000-year lotus. Most of the immortals only live 1,000 to like 1,100 years usually, because they're using up some of their life. Homeopath. Yeah. Yeah, might sound like that. Oh shit, I wasn't concentrating here. I managed to get hit this time. Let's do a double block. Let's go for breath control. Insight. Block, block. Blockade. One more hit over here. I played the amazing cultist, or there is a game about this Chinese myth world where you build a colony and you try to manage them. Oh, fuck me and your huge amounts of attacks coming in. You bastard. And I remember seeing someone's video posted online about it. It seemed amazing. Okay, I need to double last resort so I can take on all of his hits. Oh, I could kill him. Yeah. You're completely right about that, Mark 1. I'm not sure I remember him, or I'm thinking the name. But I know for sure that when he was playing it, I'm gonna give you a few pieces of meat. Here you go. Okay. When he was playing it, he chose a martial art that was only available for women with a male character. And the moment he learned the martial art, his ding dong fell off and was on the ground right there as an item. And later on, when this person became much, much stronger, he regenerated his ding dong and it always fell off. But because he was now a stronger person, his ding dong that fell to the ground became a relic, a higher tiered relic. And he could just regenerate his Ding Dong unlimited times and generate Ding Dong relics. High tier PP, yeah.
What can I do?
That sounds horrible. Yeah, it does. You can only hope that it was painless. Okay, I think increasing the range here is gonna be useful. Okay, there's the next one. But I'm gonna go around this way. I remember him building something like a welcoming room where people who visited him came in, and it was such a horribly balanced room with key that it caused people to spontaneously die of heart attacks. And when people died in that way, they dropped something like a demon heart, which was an important ingredient. So he was farming visitors who came here and visited him. Sounds like something my guys would do on DnD sessions. That does sound like... Yeah, maybe he... And I think you're right. Will I be able to kill this guy before he decides to explode? Maybe. I don't know if you guys ever played DnD. Do you know what it is? So many, yeah. Well, the free cards only look free at the beginning usually, because one of our runes is making the first stance card we play free. So when you see them free like this, usually when I use one of them, oh, well, not now because I made them usually. Played D&D back in the day. Yeah, good. Nice. Then I can talk about D&D kind of freely. So I ran a campaign with a few friends, and it was, well, basically a campaign I usually used for all people when I first played with them. I had it kind of set up and made already. A lot of things have already been worked out, and I've already decided where the campaign is usually heading to. So I I always start them with that campaign and see where it goes. So there are things that usually happened. You watch a couple of RPG streams. Oh, okay, nice. So there are things that people always do, and I didn't understand why. So there were 3 groups I've played with on this same map. Oh no, there were more. There were like 6 groups, but 3 of the groups kept with me and were around for at least 3 sessions. So they managed to reach a certain point in the campaign where the same thing happened with all of the groups. Mind you, one of these groups was mainly female players, so not all of them were male. And the situation went like this. Stars without numbers combined with Battletech Universe. Stars without numbers. I'm gonna have to check what that is, especially. So it was... the situation was kind of simple. They were looking for something that was that was causing people to disappear. What is a female? I saw judges and politicians having problem with this question, Mark One. So I feel like your question is really targeted. You know, I'll help you. The ones with the bobs and the vagina. Vagina. Don't they tell me what to do? So yeah, the situation was that people were disappearing around the village and they wanted to find out where they are disappearing to. So after following a few things, the one that talked to gamers, right? Yeah, of course. It was like they found a few clues and they all followed the clues and found a unconspicuous hill. No, don't worry about it. So there was a very unconspicuous hill, and after checking it out and knowing that people disappeared around this place, they found that there was a carpet of grass laid on to the hill, and it was concealing a small door into the hill. And when these guys came in, the thing they saw was the big hill was hollow from the inside. It was made out of stone, and there was 2 notable things in it. One of the notable things was there was a puddle of black, very dried blood on the ground, and after looking around a bit, they saw a lake, an underground lake of sorts, which was very clear, very pretty, and had glowing mushrooms under it, so you could see through the lake. It was very beautiful. That's how it looked like. And then, can you guess what's the thing that at least one character tried to do in all of these cases? All 3 groups. There was one thing everyone tried to do. While I'm at it, whenever you draw... Okay, that's good. Run into the lake bathing. Okay, that's one tip. I'm gonna wait if Mark 1 has any idea.
The investment is going to be.
I'm gonna invest in you. Here you go. You can take the money. Dive deep into the lake. Okay, you guys are thinking very similarly. I'll tell you what everyone wanted to do. Everyone wanted to try go there and piss into the crystal clear lake. No checking, no investigating, no looking at the blood or checking inside the water or anything. No. Each and every one of them wanted to piss into the lake. Even the female party. Even the female party had one person who was like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go there, whip my dick out, and piss into the crystal clear lake. And out of the 3 parties, 2 people have lost their dicks in this scenario. Because there were alligator-like looking humanoids living inside the lake. So you can guess that they weren't happy when they saw someone pissing into their living space. And 2 guys got their dicks pierced by javelins. So from there on, one of the guys decided that his main goal in life is gonna be restoring his own penis. Which was actually a difficult thing to do, since you needed at least a level 8 priest or something like that to be able to regrow body parts. Noble goal indeed. Yeah. Can you imagine someone coming into the town first time and he's like, okay, I want to find where the church is. And people were like, of course, here's a noble believer person who's here to give his heartfelt feelings to the gods. And they were like, yeah, of course, I'll tell you where the church is. You need to go this way, and this way. Okay. And he goes in, meets with the head priest, and tells him, listen up, head priest. I want to regrow my dick. There were some situations when he was so adamant about talking with the head priest, even though people told him that he was currently off limits or off the ground and he can't talk to him, that he caused problems and got put into jail from time to time. So he was playing his part pretty well. Now I'm gonna need your help with one thing. It's gonna be English, so don't worry about it, but the thing is, I'm looking for the word where you don't have enough iron in your blood, and you are, you know, the affliction or the disease when you don't have enough iron in your blood and you're always tired and you always feel weak. The life of his kids depend on talking to the priest. True. I don't know if it has an actual... I know it has a name here. We just call it low amount of blood, but it's actually just the iron content of the blood is not enough. Ironia. Nice try. Anemia. I think it's anemia.
The man looks at you with sad eyes.
I think it's anemia. So, it's important because one of the groups was a really long playing group. And they had a party name which was amazing. Lack of blood in general. Yeah, it might be. But you know what? We'll roll with it. We'll roll with anemia right now. So there was a group who had to travel to the next city, and they had a multitude of options where they could go through to get to the city. Thin blood, maybe, yeah. That might be closer to the thing, but I'm just gonna roll with anemia for now. So they had lots of options to get to the city, and one of their options was going through the big, well, it was not a mountain, but it was a big hill between the two cities, and they decided to go through the hill. So it was just one way out of a lot of them. And it was okay. They went up and they found small, well, kind of small, holes in the side of the hill. And the holes were big enough to fit a football in them. And one of the guys was like, you know what we need to do? I think I'm just gonna throw in a rock inside this huge hole and see if anything comes out of it. Well, he threw down a rock, he was listening to the things happening, and of course, after a little time, the rock stopped, and it didn't end with a thud or something, it fell on something fleshy and living. So, of course, panic ensues, and huge mosquitoes, triggers, come out of the holes and start fighting these guys. It was an epic fight, I'll tell you. The only epic thing that happened there was that the druid decided that he's gonna be crafty, and he turned into a huge spider. A huge spider. And what would a normal person think? Yeah, a spider is a good idea to fight against insects, other insects, right? No, he decided that he's gonna pull up his 6 legs next to himself to make it look like he has wings or something, and put one of his legs in front of his face to look like he has a stinger or something in the front, like mosquitoes have. And he started buzzing, like trying to imitate that he's a mosquito, so the giant mosquitoes didn't attack him. Which of course ended in failure for the mosquitoes, so the mosquitoes still attacked him. But the thing is that the paladin of the group managed to throw a very bad try with one of his attacks, and he managed to attack. Yeah, druids don't want to hurt animals. No, he was just being a dum-dum. He was just trying to have fun with a crazy idea he had. If druids do kill animals because they think it's part of the cycle of life. So if something is there and trying to kill him, he will kill it. And he will just leave the body there, for example, and only take as much as he needs for food. Just to make sure that the cycle of life continues and anyone else or anything else can eat the carcass that he leaves behind. So the paladin missed the attack and hit the giant spider ally instead. And after the fight, people were talking about, well, yeah, it was a hard fight, but the paladin said that he should have all of the loot because he managed to hit and kill the biggest fly out of them. Because he was like, did you see that big and ugly fly that was right next to us? I didn't even notice it. It just appeared where our druid was. But I managed to take it down. I bet it was their mother. Fair enough, yeah. And after this, they decided on their group name. After, well, they didn't manage to kill, like, they only managed to kill 2 of these mosquitoes. The other mosquitoes left because they ate enough of their blood. They just took so much damage that I read the description of these and they were full. They left after eating their fill out of the companions. So after leaving like that, they decided that this was such a big, well, victory for them that they named themselves the Hillside Anemics. So from there on, they were the Hillside Anemics, and they tried to tell people that this is their name because they are vampire hunters. Vampire hunters. That's why they are called the Hillside Anemics. Even though the real thing is that they've been sucked dry by giant mosquitoes.
Behind a loose stone.
I remember they spent some time doing things like telling people that they are vampire hunters. They know if there's a place with a lot of vampires, and they know that this place has the stench of vampires, and they sold fake vials of holy water to poor scared people. So they were kind of assholes, but perfectly good assholes. In that campaign, I remember that the paladin has lost his way because he spent too much time torturing his enemies. And I told him that no lawful good paladin would spend 24 hours torturing a person before killing them. I remember that he gave me a list of like 56 different torture methods that he used before killing that person. And I was like, okay, I accept your papers, your ways, but understand that the lawful good God that you are praying to is not liking this, so you lose all of your powers given to you by that God. And he was like, fuck it, I am gonna do this. And he did. Okay, so we lost our paladin. He became an oath breaker. But it was good enough. It was quite good fun. From there on, he was the party's oath breaker. Okay, I'm gonna be using all of these. Well, not always lawful good, but always lawful. So, for example, you can have a paladin of a dark god. He is gonna be lawful. He is gonna follow the laws of his god. But if the god's laws say that you need to kick orphans, or you need to steal from homeless people, then he will do it. Yeah. But this guy especially was a lawful good. So he was completely going against the teachings of his god. Okay, double breath control might have been an overkill, but everything is free. I'm half concentrating on these fights, but we are streamrolling them with huge amounts of shields and focus. Okay, free attacks coming in. So it was especially fun to play with these guys. They were my longest players. Overkill is the best kind of kill, yeah. I remember that we haven't even finished that campaign with them. We've gotten to a point when I told them that they are going into hell, into hell itself, because they had, well, the main thing why they were working is because they had their bodies marked by a demon, which told them that it's gonna come for them in due time, and they're gonna burn in hell because of it. So they wanted to go down to hell and annul this pact that the demon put on them. It was a long story campaign. It took quite a long time. And by the time we reached the time when they went down into hell, I needed some time because I didn't have any idea how to make hell itself. I had the idea of using the Dante's Inferno kind of hell with the 9 levels going down, but that would have been too much content to create. That's how I felt. Okay, we're gonna skip these cards. That would have been too much content to create. Annul a pact with a demon. Sensible thing to do. Yeah. Especially since it was not a pact that they agreed to. It was just something forced on them by an archdemon. So they were like, well, we're gonna go down there. We are going to find the document that has our soul sold to this guy, and we're gonna destroy it. That was the plan. 3 attacks coming in. This guy needs to die first. So it was quite cool seeing them struggle and go through, but the thing was that I needed more time to plan the way hell was going to be built up. But it's illegal to destroy official paper like that. Well, yeah. And it's illegal to get people to sign to sign documents which they don't want to sign. Nice try there, Mark 1. So it was quite good playing with them. And after that I played Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. You know, the computer game that came out, I think, a year ago. And I really loved the way they made hell. And I used that as an inspiration, and I think I finished the depiction of hell I was gonna use. But right now we didn't really have time to get together and continue the story, especially since most of them don't even remember the story we had by then. It was so long ago. So I think I'm gonna be doing playthroughs of a few pre-made stories, because DnD does have a few pre-made stories. Okay, these guys are dead. I am making a few small mistakes because I'm talking, but I think I'm doing pretty nicely. Well, this could be good, especially at the beginning. Single enemy, no, thank you. Let's go for the above 3 energy. We have more. We've got so many runes. Holy hell, the drop rate that we upgraded is doing
Even
greatness.
from a distance, you can see that she's furious.
Oh hell.
Curse words and threats fly through.
Did you have problem with the florist?
Presence doesn't seem to calm her in the slightest.
Leave. Get out of.
They had a quarrel, it seems. Usually in real life sessions when these guys were around, but nowadays we are planning for online sessions because most of the guys have moved to different locations. The main problem you'd have, Markwan, is that we're usually speaking in Hungary. So the best thing I can do is just talk about these sessions. Okay, 4 attacks coming in with the Celestial Dagger. It's gonna be enough. We have enough block. When it comes to DnD, most people usually prefer to play as a character and not do the DMing things. So I wanted to have some time where I could play as a character in someone else's campaign, but usually it ends up with it wouldn't be a problem for me, but yeah, it would be hard to get an audience for that. Yeah. Right now, that's the main problem why I'm not streaming Imperium Galactic Survival as well, because we rented out a server and we're using that, but the guys don't really want to speak English, so not gonna force them. Not like Imperium Galactic Survival is a very action-packed game. It's mostly just chilling, mining, collecting the things you need to build big ships. These guys can't even do damage to us. Onslaught. More strikes. You're gonna split right now. Yeah, okay. Sun is free, so why not? You'd rather speak English. Yeah, I can understand you. I'd rather listen to music in English, I'd rather hear things, talk in English, but the problem is I am feeling less proficient from time to time, especially when I'm streaming. I'm like, why am I forgetting words I completely know how to say? I am doing wrong pronunciations a lot of times, and I'm like, I know how to pronounce this. I've already pronounced this a number of times before. Why is it not coming out as it should? So it happens. But as Luna told me, most people don't really care about right pronunciation. If they can understand what I'm saying, they are usually quite okay. Let's go for blockade, huge amounts of blocks. English is best inside my head. Tell that to the voices inside your head. We'll go for block, small blessing, double block, blockade, and now Celestial Dagger, onslaught, attack. Small strikes should be able to kill them. Well, mostly, yeah. Okay, level 19. Reduce the energy cost of cards. No. none of these are needed. We're almost at the point where we can fight the secret boss. And I think we are kind of prepared.
You find
Okay, I can get hurt. Okay, that's just some damage we lost. That's not that big of a deal. There's a treasure. Fountain of Health, Pied Piper. Okay, I can just go for the treasure, I think. Morbus speaks terrible English for years. Zero improvement and lots of people still watch him. What does he stream usually? Okay, let's start with the breath control. Let's continue with insight. Deep breath. Holy shit, that's a lot of attacks coming in. I'll be honest, that's gonna be problematic. We are gonna use this item as well. If we have 3 cards left over at least, then we're gonna get 1 more armor. So yeah, we can defend against all of these attacks. Civ 5 and 6. Okay, that's nice as well. Which one do you prefer? Civ 5 or Civ 6? Yeah, you're completely right, Luna. There is a level where I feel a bit annoyed. But that needs to be a very, very bad and very, well, not understandable level of English. Can you be stunned? You can't be, but the other guy can. Okay, good. Yeah, see? there is a level where you're like, okay, this is too Indian for me. Me be non-native English speak. Me be happy to play. Me be here and play. I do tutoring in English, so I do teach a few people English from time to time, and I usually tell them that I don't want them to speak perfect English. I don't want them to use all of the verbs, all syllables. I don't want it to be a perfectly crafted sentence or anything. I just want you to make yourself understood. I don't care if you tell me be hungry, me go eat. I don't care if it's on the level of an ogre, as long as I understand. Because they wanted to improve their English, and there, improvement aplenty. Nice, yeah, it's a good way. Streaming is good for that too, yeah. At least it's keeping me on the level I was. Okay, an armor rune. What armor rune do I want to have? The max HP one, maybe. Reduce the max HP of all enemies. Why not? Let's just take that. It's not extremely useful, but we'll take it. Usually the problem here is that people don't dare to speak English. They don't dare to try and say the things they want because they're afraid of saying the bad words. And I'm like, I'm not angry at you if you say the bad words, so, or you use the bad words. And the problem is that usually they're only prepared for the questions that usually come up in exams and so on. So I tend to give them improvisation tasks. So for example, I asked them if Superman and Batman had a poker party or a poker match on top of the pyramids, who would win and why? And I want them to think about it and give me reasons. Who would win the poker match on top of the pyramid? Batman or Superman? You know, it's up for debate, so I've heard multiple reasons for both of them winning. You would have no idea what we were talking about. Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, that could be a situation as well. I usually told them things like, well, Batman has black clothes and in the middle of Egypt and on top of the pyramids, I bet it would be really hot in black clothes, so he would have a disadvantage because he would constantly be feeling really hot. So when they don't know about the characters themselves, I talk about things like, yeah, their clothes. Okay, these guys are breaking into pieces. We have enough defense. I'm gonna use blockade as well to increase this guy's damage. Breath control first. Insight, deep breath, double block, lock, celestial dagger. I think my playing speed has increased a bit, and I'm sorry if it's causing you not to be able to follow it. It's like this feels very good right now, and I don't feel like I'm in danger. So I'm basically picking the basic cards and stream rolling them with the best first few picks. I'm like, yeah, start with block cards, start with energy cards, start with those and continue on. Breath control always first if it comes up. Get extras and so on. Even though I could have just killed this guy, I started playing the cards like I needed them. Okay, level 20. None of these. Double energy gain from your ultimate ability. Oh, it's only when I use it. Whenever you draw an additional card, use the armor of all enemies by 5. When you have less than 9 ultimate charges gain. It does help me get up to 12 faster. Armor decrease is not that useful. You're playing SnowRunner, so you don't follow blow by blow anyways. Okay. Aren't you streaming then? Or you don't always stream SnowRunner? That's a lot of damage increase. Drink the holy water. Okay, and there's only the legendary encounter left here. We have so much candle that it's not even decreasing as time goes by.